COVID-19 has pushed back the Real ID deadline for Montanans to October 1st, 2021. But it's also changed the process, so that doesn't necessarily mean you should wait. MTN's Janelle Slade takes us along as she recently took on the process.
So whether you're like me and you needed to renew your Montana driver's license anyway, or you want to beat the Real ID deadline so we can someday get back on an airplane, there are some steps in store to make this happen. Now, I signed up for this appointment about 6 weeks ago. I went to the Montana Real ID website. I downloaded this checklist, perused over it, pretty much thought I had it handled, set it aside, and then last night I ran frantically around my house searching for documents and realizing I needed to stop at the Yellowstone County Courthouse this morning and get my certified marriage license. Now I think I have everything I need. Let's find out.
Real ID is optional, number one, and as it's just as optional as getting a passport through the federal government, and it means that you've gone through a certain verification process that's recognized by the federal government, specifically Homeland Security. That accreditation will then get you on a plane to fly domestically in the United States, and it will also allow you into a federal building, such as a courthouse or any other agency federal building.
How's your day going?
It's good. How's yours?
Good.
We have seen a slow uptick on people getting the Real ID certification, and I think that's just due to awareness.
May I see your Montana Real IDs?
IDs? Why, I'm Captain Meriwether Lewin.
I think folks are now aware of how to get Real ID, and now it's the education piece of letting them know what documents they need to be able to do that.
There are three components when it comes to documentation. The first, proof of authorization, showing you are a citizen of the United States. That can be a birth certificate or a passport, but it must be certified.
Certified copy. We have to be able to feel a seal, and then it has to have information on it. A lot of times it's just a photocopy or something. We can't accept that, unfortunately.
The second component is Social Security documentation, but there's a catch. Your card cannot be laminated.
It seems like everybody in the 60s and 70s went through a phase of laminating their Social Security cards, and it cannot be laminated. So you can use a 1099, you can use a W-2 that lists your full Social Security number, or a non-laminated Social Security card.
Where you're currently living, that counts as one. That's your proof of residence.
Proof of residency, so an electric bill, another utility type bill, a bank statement, mortgage statement, pay stub that shows your current last name and your current residential address. We cannot accept PO boxes.
Count back from 3. Go ahead and smile in 3, 2, 1. They just have visions of the DMV where it's just been a nightmare in the past. And so we have tried to make it, as safe as possible. We have segregated.
ODSKVHRNNZCS.
Very good. You're all done with that.
The documents are the critical piece in all of this, and making sure you have the right ones and ones that show any kind of name changes. So making sure you have that all flushed out before you come is really important.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Once you have everything in place, it's really easy.
Well, that wasn't so bad. 15 minutes in and out. I did forget my checkbook, so don't forget your checkbook or your credit card. I'm good for the next 8 years, and I can fly anywhere I want. In Billings, Janelle Slade, MTN News.
Janelle tells us it costs $67.47 to renew her license and add Real ID, though costs may vary. To learn more, go to mtrealid.gov. You can also call or send an email if you have more questions.